Is your phone on silent?
Yeah,
All right.
my
Hello.
phone.
We're live. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I don't know if I should change up the screen. It has me really big, but like, it'd be nice if you guys were the bigger parts of the screen too. Should I play with it?
Yeah,
What
play with
happens?
it. See what happens.
See what happens.
Okay.
Let's have a little
That didn't
fun.
do anything.
Oh,
that's better. There we go. Okay, equal. This is only my second time using StreamYard, so apologies. Am I supposed to see a chat, or do I have to separately open chat in YouTube? Do you guys know?
Live comments.
Oh,
yeah, we just
On the side.
private chat is for us.
What? I see comments. Oh, I mean, I see a comment.
Me too.
So does that mean we're seeing
Yeah.
the comments now?
And then
Okay.
I also opened it on my phone too.
Okay. Is there any way we can see if other people are here?
Well, there's 10 people in the chat according to my phone.
Hi.
How are
Okay,
you?
cool. Oh, there we go. I see. Here we go. There's 18 people now. Hi guys.
Okay.
How's it going? Hi Dolly. How are you?
wow.
All right. Well, I guess to get it started, I just wanted to say hi. Thanks for everybody coming and hanging out on, what would be a rather crazy Saturday night for you. We're all probably in our homes. So I messaged Tiffany and Hugo and Blake, I think yesterday, and said, hey, do you guys want to go live and just talk about, everything? Because I know all four of us are on Instagram and there's just a lot of chatter. It's like mixed. Either people are talking about it or people are like not talking about it. They're talking about everything but. So, obviously recent circumstances and current events are what I'm referring to. And I know that we've all kind of been affected in different ways and we live in different areas. And so, yeah, I guess I just want to bring you guys on and we could all chat about it because, we all are people of different circumstances affected by this. So thanks, guys. For anybody who doesn't know, Sell Quick, Ship Quick is Tiffany and Hugo. And Posh Boss Blake, well, his name kind of gives it away, so that's Blake. And they, all three of them are resellers that live in Los Angeles area. I'll give their addresses out in the chat. Just kidding.
Drop the link, drop the GPS. There you go.
Yeah, no big deal. You know that one house? You guys know that one house? That's the one they live in.
Yeah.
Just pick a house on the map. How is everybody? How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're keeping busy.
Yeah. Who went thrifting today? I did too. I forgot. I did also.
They were girl
okay, so I kind of gave you guys questions, but I forgot the questions I was entirely going to ask. Blake's looking through his list.
Can I?
Okay, I'm curious for you guys because obviously there's been a slowdown given recent events. I'm curious what day of the week this past week you guys noticed it in your sales because I'm curious if your answer will be the same as my answer.
Blake.
So my sales actually were fine. They picked up, period. And then I shipped everything on Friday. Friday, there were no sales, but then today I had a couple. So I really have not seen a change in my business.
Okay. And then I guess to give a little bit of background, everybody, if they don't know, Blake, you are very part-time.
Yes.
Very
I mean, right now it's all I can focus on.
So you're full-time now.
a little trial session.
Right. But just in general, just so people, if somebody's not familiar with you, like how many items do you have in your Poshmark closet?
With today's sales, only like 90 something. Like I need to get back up over 100, which is crazy. But
okay, so Friday was a little bit slower, but today you've had sales.
Yeah, I had 5 sales on Thursday. And then I have 2 sales so far today. And I have a whole bunch of stuff to list from today's finds.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, but it's all hand sanitizer that you're selling, right?
Oh my god. $1,500 a pop.
And adult diapers, right?
Oh my god, you can depend on me.
Okay, all right. What about you, Tiffany? What day did you notice?
Wednesday.
When-
so we had
yeah.
3 days of really slow sales for us, and it was
Yeah.
like it was really good. And then we saw a dip Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then today they picked up to regular.
Yeah, it went
speed.
back to normal today.
But it was funny because our slow sale days were on eBay, and then Poshmark picked up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're saying was slow for eBay, but it was good for Poshmark?
And
Yeah.
Mercari.
And Mercari. So the prior week, we just had a couple sales on Posh and Mercari, and then as soon as eBay slowed down, thankfully we're on multiple platforms.
Oh, and Amazon.
And Amazon picked up too.
Ooh, what? I mean, you don't have like a bunch of like toilet paper and stuff on Amazon, do you?
No.
So we had what was it? When we were scanning before, we did groceries.
Yeah,
a while
we did
ago.
groceries and some home stuff, but things like.
But now that the supermarkets are out, everyone's buying the stuff online. And
or people who don't want to leave to deal with the madness are now shopping online.
And it was stuff that we forgot we even had. So it's not like we adjusted prices or anything. It's been listed for the last few months, and it's finally selling because grocery stores are out.
Do you mind saying what those items are?
It was the Campbell's tomato soup.
Yeah.
Campbell's tomato soup. We had picked it up. It wasn't like big money, but we were just testing out groceries, and we had sent that in. And we thought, okay, well, we just went with whatever price was there. We didn't increase or decrease. We just left it at the listing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we thought, this is never going to sell. We'll probably just have it shipped back to us. Right. And then this morning, all 4 canceled.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I mean, that does make sense. I think probably all 3 of us have been to the grocery store, and the canned food aisles are pretty bare currently. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did have that thought this morning about, well, probably just in general. I'm going to turn down my ring light because I feel like I'm glowing. About the benefit of being multi-platform during all of this, and that, thankfully eBay, for instance, is not my only platform, because I won't say I've made a lot of sales on Poshmark, but I've made a few, which has been a little bit nicer. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Wednesday and Thursday were the days that especially Thursday was the day that I was like, whoa, there's been a big hit. And I usually get like, a couple Poshmark sales a day. And up until about an hour or so ago, because I started sending offers, I hadn't had any sales over there today. And I did write down my sales for eBay today. I think today I'm like at 87 so far. So that's
87 sales?
No, $87. Yeah, 87 sales of $1 each.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. So yeah, this is definitely a lower day for me. I'm Sunday tends to be a bigger day, so I'm hoping that tomorrow picks up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling especially great. Okay, Blake, will you tell your story to everybody about, given that we were talking about grocery products, I'm gonna let my dog in here, but will you tell your story about your attempt at getting some hygiene products?
But I will share this story. And just like quickly, I posted yesterday on my Instagram about my sales, and like I said I had 5 sales. Recent events are not affecting me. Are they affecting you? And I would say 90% of the comments said sales were even. So I just want to share that with you because it was a good post. It was interactive. But I will say, so my story. I went to 4 grocery stores Thursday night, and I had a small panic attack because there was nothing available here in West Hollywood. Can't say the same over where in the center of like central LA. It was insane. And so I didn't need toilet paper or, anything of that nature, but I was like, let me just order some off Amazon so I can have some here just in case I can't ever get it again. Okay. So I did that.
Ever again.
I mean, listen, like, who knows if things can be made in different countries and brought in like they
right, totally. Yep.
So I go to Amazon, and I won't say the brand, but I order flushable wipes. I don't care. Let it be known.
No judgment.
Wipe your body, whatever. So I was okay, get this flushable wipes. It was like 350, so like 5 little packages of them. And so they get delivered today at 10:46 a.m. Picture evidence, like Amazon takes a picture of it at your door. So it's like, great. So I get home a few hours later after thrifting, gone. So I'm like, okay. This happens sometimes because I've had issues with packages just going missing or being delivered to the wrong address. So I text my property manager and I'm like, did you by chance take this package? Please tell me yes. And he's like, no, I haven't. And I'm not home. So I was like, oh shit, someone must have stolen this. So I go to my recycle bin, I go to my trash dumpster. I'm like looking inside. I'm like, I am now conspiracy theory. Someone in my apartment complex stole this. And there is no way it is any other thing than that. Or the Amazon person took the photo and then took the package back.
That's what I thought. Okay, so you posted on your Instagram, and that was actually my first thought, is that they took a picture of them delivering it and then took it back.
Yeah. Like, because
that's pretty ballsy for one of your neighbors to do it, but
and to give perspective, I live, like, people are probably like, oh, it's like LA, it's so big. No. My building is very gated and it's only 20 units and it's like very small. I at least say hello to everyone. We're not friends.
So it's like Melrose Place is what you're saying. That's what I'm imagining.
Basically, it is Bel Air. I'm sorry. No, but it's insane. And like, I don't want to think badly of someone. However, here's more to the story. My door is here, and then I have a neighbor right here. This person has an Amazon package on their doorstep as well. Unbranded though. Mine branded, like with the brand of what the product was. So that's why I think someone stole it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, are you saying you think your neighbor stole it, or just somebody else in general?
Somebody
a neighbor. There's no way. No one has ever come in to our property.
Yeah.
From outside, yeah.
Or it wasn't a guest. So like, and the other thing is, it's not someone on the lower level, it's someone on the top. There's no way anyone would have seen this package. It was small.
Right.
And it was tough.
Somebody walked by it.
Did you think about going door to door, like to the closest units to you and just being like, hey, did you get my package?
I did.
Oh, you did do it, or you did think about it?
I did. And I really hope that the person who is my direct neighbor who was home isn't the person that stole this, because I also put this.
Look at him pulling up receipts.
I put this in 4 places in my apartment complex. And this was, I went through 5 different versions to be nice.
What does it say? If you accidentally took a box from my doorstep, please return it.
Accidentally?
You should have been more descriptive. Like, if you accidentally took my wipes.
You should have said something like they have prescription medication on them and very dangerous.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't want to fight bad things with bad things.
Yeah, fire with fire.
I was gonna go next and be like, well, I have colitis and I need those. Like, that's no. That's bad karma, you know.
I mean, they are medicated for your body specifically, right? That's why you ordered them.
Yeah,
you got them. Blake sent it.
Just say by prescription.
Oh
and
God.
They don't need to know that you prescribed it to yourself. So
it's insane. It's insane. And ultimately, the end result is Amazon can't replenish, obviously.
Sure.
So I just got a refund. And
well, at least you got a refund.
I don't want. I mean, but it's the principle of the thing, and I don't need that money. So like, I just want the product.
Wait, is this the first time something's been stolen from your front porch ever, like an Amazon package?
Yes, here.
Because it hurts the first time. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah. I think.
What about the Revolve box?
So this did happen with a box of dresses that I bought from the Deal Queen, and it was an investment. So it said delivered, but it wasn't. But what happened is it showed up 3 or 4 days later from someone who must have brought it, and it had a huge note on it that said this was delivered to the wrong address. Like, nice person, praise the Lord. But like, this was inside. The gate is over here, and then you have to go through the gate to get to me, to get to my door. So like, it was an inside job. It was an inside job. I'm convinced.
Wow.
And I will be checking the recycle and the garbage. at least for a week, if not more. And if these people are smart, they'll fold the box, put it in a bag, take it, and go somewhere else to drop it.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Like the criminals they are.
Well, that's really sad. Okay, so you've got all this extra time to do detective work because you're off work. Are you guys now? Tiffany and Hugo have like 400 jobs.
Give or take.
Yeah, plus or minus like 1 or 2. Have you guys been called off from anything that you do?
Well, one of our clients actually, so for our personal training business, one of our clients today, we spoke with her. She actually has an immune disease. She has fibromyalgia amongst some other things. So she's quarantining herself. So we won't be seeing her, which means one less client a week. Our other clients are okay. They're pretty healthy people and we'll be seeing them on a regular basis. But our school is not an online school. It's a vocational school for personal training. So we just got notice from our national accreditor that the school is approved to go distance learning for the time being. So we're doing online classes, which means he'll still have to come in to do like video teaching for our students. And then as for me, I still have to go into the office at least once or twice a week just to go through some of the federal government portals to access student financial records to process their financial applications, but I won't have to go in every day of the week. So my time there is just cut, but I get to work from home. The other half. But our family restaurant has been impacted. A lot of the restaurant where my family's restaurant is, it's in an Asian community. And so the Asian businesses have been hit hard with recent events. And so a few of the restaurants around my family have closed down for at least 2 months.
Wow.
Like 3 closures, 1 permanent, 2 temporary for 2 months.
Oh my God.
Our restaurant is slowed down, but it's not drastic yet. But we are seeing extreme price increases in our ingredients. So
and that's where it hits us too, because we're a noodle shop. We don't have market price on our menu. So when these ingredients are going up, that hurts a little bit more.
I was wondering about the restaurant because that is that's been the I think #1 headline I've been reading in our local newspapers are the restaurants that are either closing permanently, temporarily, or they're staying open, but they've laid off a significant amount of their staff. And it's sad because it's really, some of them are just like really nice not like fancy, but just like nice, popular restaurants in our area that are, one is just closing altogether, which is just like mind blowing because they've been there for 10 years. It's just weird to be like, wow, that was, you know what I mean? I don't think that people realize that the margins that small businesses often operate on, and
like restaurants, I don't think when you see like the price of like items on a menu, you don't realize the overhead that goes into a restaurant. And so something like this that happens, you're thinking about, I mean, for us, like, if you do have your own office space, but like that's, part of your overhead. But like for a restaurant, you have the overhead, you have insurance, you have electricity, water, gas, your employees, the cost of your produce, and you're buying all these ingredients not knowing if it's going to sell out that day, which means that if you don't make up for it in sales, then all that product that you bought in ingredients is just lost.
So, I mean, is there anything people can do? Should they go out? Should they order takeout? Should they, like, what would help?
I think if you're not afraid, I think you should absolutely go and support businesses. They need the income. The service industry needs the income. I went out to breakfast after my Weight Watchers meeting this morning, and the restaurant we went to, I'm sure it could have been busier for prime breakfast time, but it was still pretty busy, and I was happy to give my money because I fear for the more service oriented roles that are more people facing, because what are they going to do? That's not a remote job.
Right. A couple people in the chat have mentioned, Tori mentioned, and I've seen people saying online about gift certificates. I don't know if you guys even do them at your restaurant, but I know in general from working for large and mid-sized retailers in my prior careers, technically gift cards are the money you take in for those is not, you're not supposed to be using that. Technically, it's supposed to be set aside because that's money that actually hasn't been spent yet. Right. So I don't know if gift cards really are beneficial to a business.
I agree.
Ours don't do.
We don't do gift cards, but the way I see that, it's basically kind of like a loan.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that when business comes, it doubles, so it makes up that money you already used.
And this is go
ahead.
This is exactly why airlines are not, because of recent events, are not giving refunds. Like, the word refund is being thrown out there, but it's deceiving, because you're receiving credit for exactly the same reason you guys just talked about. If they gave full like absolute refunds to the form of payment you paid, everything would literally shut down. Like there would be no business. But if you're able to keep it with the company, they at least know that they have that money to function and, keep their employees at bay and like paid and, taken care of.
Yeah, but I think the tough part also is that they're going to take this money, and I'm not saying people shouldn't do this. Do whatever you want with your dollars. If going and buying a gift card, if you believe that's helpful, you absolutely should. The only thing to it as well is that, yes, you are injecting money into them, but later down the road, they've used that money, and now does that make sense what I'm saying?
It's like a loan, but like
right, they still need to come up with that money later when you go to cash it in. However, just the way that the general public works, most people don't use their gift cards anyway, so hopefully they can bank on that. And hopefully, places are still in business too. I mean, that's a little bit of a concern as well, I mean, just with, what I've seen with restaurants locally in my area. So, sorry, my dogs are yelling. Maybe I just got an Amazon package. I'm injecting money into the large retailers.
Listen, at this point, I truly think restaurants will be like a little pocket of money. Maybe I can't say for all areas, but we are all in major areas, LA and Seattle, or Seattle adjacent. So I think when food runs out from stores, the only people that will have it or have stock of it will be restaurants and little cafes and things, I hope. So, that's a place to go get food if you can't. Like, I couldn't even get eggs until my friend got them for me.
Wait, you couldn't get what?
Eggs.
Oh, eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I so I've gone to the grocery store pretty much every day this week, because progressively each time I go, I'm like, I should buy first I'm like buying for a couple days, and then I'm like, maybe I should buy for like through the weekend, because we eat out a lot, and so I don't always keep a well-stocked kitchen. So for me, it was like a couple days. Then I started buying through the weekend, and in the past day or two, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy for like the next week, or week and a half, because my son is 8 years old. He drinks literally about a half gallon of milk every 2 days. I mean, might as well just put a straw in the thing for him. So, but when I went to the grocery store yesterday, produce was, I would say, 50% or more gone. As some items were just entirely gone. Meat department was wiped out. They only had all the vegan meats, like it was all, you could get all the Beyond Burgers that you wanted. What else was gone that I saw?
Well, you're not supposed to freeze that stuff. It says it on the package, and sometimes in the store,
it'll
be frozen. Like,
you're supposed to eat it right away.
It's supposed to be not room temperature, like refrigerated, but never frozen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'll buy it when it's the last thing out there, but I have no current need for it. And then frozen fruits and veggies were almost wiped out at my store. And I'm trying to think what else. Toilet paper, of course. I managed to get some toilet paper today, though. I felt, I know, I felt like.
Your husband, wait, it was your husband, right? He brought a delivery of Charmin or whatever.
No, my son and my husband have not left the house. I'm the only one. Like, I'll be the first one to get something out of everyone because I'm the only one leaving. Those two are housebound. And my parents are staying in their house. My parents obviously are of an older generation, and my mom has a compromised immune system, so we do not want her leaving the house at all because she would be somebody who's susceptible to catching something. And so they had me do some errands for them today. I went and grabbed a few different things from like Rite Aid and stuff, and then I felt like I was doing like a drug deal or drop. They met me outside their garage. I tried to actually hand them the bags, but they were like, no, just put it on the ground.
Oh my God.
And then they're not going to pick up the bag right after I touched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even, when I went to Rite Aid, all the soaps, hand soaps were gone, toilet paper. Yeah, there was a lot of people standing in the toilet paper aisle. I shouldn't laugh, but they were just standing there, just like looking at it, like kind of confused. Like they saw, I think they could see like the paper towels. And I feel like the hamster wheel was going in their head. Like, how am I going to make this paper towel thing work? But
it's still paper. Ultimately.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you have Kleenex, tissue,
napkins, it's all if you wipe your mouth with it.
Right. If it's good enough for your mouth.
It's true. That's a good point. If it's good enough for your mouth.
Okay, what were you going to say, Blake? Sorry, we keep interrupting you.
No, that's okay. I want to interject that for those who might not have access to food because it is not available anymore or for whatever reason, definitely try the meal delivery services like HelloFresh, Home Chef, Produce. Someone commented in the chat about that, but I also have been getting emails from these companies being like, we still have food because they have their own. They get their
resources
and veggies and things from other sources. So, it's not really concentrated in a city. It's directly from a farm or wherever. Yeah. So those are still available in a complete meal or two.
Yeah. You'd be like, just put in like your dietary notes. Be like, could you throw in some extra napkins?
Washable wipes, please.
Do you have hand wipes, moist wipes for us?
Oh my God.
That's going to be a new gimmick to get people. Like, if you purchase from one of our bundles in Poshmark,
napkins,
we're going to throw in a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah. A roll of Charmin for every single serving meal. Yeah. Probably not a bad marketing move. Okay, Blake, so what's happening at your office?
Okay, so for my day job, which is not reselling. So just to also give perspective and real quick, Hossein, Hugo and Tiffany and myself were in California in LA, and Denali, wherever she is in Seattle, Washington. Hope you get that. So I am working in a PR firm for my day job, and I'm an office manager. So we'll get to that in a second. We have implemented a mandatory work from home through next week. We'll evaluate this coming week and determine what happens beyond that. I know a lot of these changes are kind of running on like school schedules. And now that most schools are closed through mid-April, parents will be affected. And I think the work from home thing will extend.
Yeah.
It longer than we think. So that gives me anxiety about my job, to be quite honest. Denali and I have chatted about like making yourself busy and like making yourself available for projects, and I have. But I mean, there's only so much you can do. My traditional role in the day-to-day stuff is not necessarily happening anymore because I'm not buying supplies. We're not purchasing things. We're not buying travel for events. It's very weird. And so for the time being, I'm working from home, and that's weird to say as an office manager. At this point, I'm kind of thinking of more of like not a chief of staff, but like at least someone to connect the dots between the bi-coastal offices, because we have an office in New York, So it's an interesting time, and we're taking it day by day. We can't really forecast it too far because a lot of what we do is based on right now. We work with a lot of publications, and since all the magazines and publishers are working from home, things are still running as planned. People need entertainment, and I think people in the entertainment world where stuff is already set up to come out will be fine in all of this because people want the entertainment, they want that escape. Right. So I think we'll be fine, depending on how long this goes. But it's a really interesting time to just like live day by day with knowing nothing, you know?
Yeah, I think it's tough, right, for a position like yours, office manager, where a lot of what you do revolves around the day-to-day happenings in the office. And so here, nobody is there. So it takes away a lot of your duties.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Even getting like the mail, like I'll go Monday to pick up anything that came from Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, but we have it forwarded to my boss's house for the time being. You know, like I'm not going to get the mail every day, and it's just it is focused on the day-to-day stuff, and it's an adjustment to not have to, not gonna say do as much, but like the office is fine sitting alone with no one in it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think, like you said, you and I spoke about, I think the smartest thing that you can do, just, you know, my prior career was in human resources. And if I would have seen and I have seen slowdowns in people's, you know, jobs in an office place, the smartest thing you can do is just reach out to other people in your office and say, what can I help you with? Because 10 out of 10 times, somebody always has a project that they haven't been working on, that they've been meaning to catch up on. And, you know, it's probably not fun. It's probably not a fun project. It's probably like data entry or reorganizing something or updating the files on this. But those are the things that, I mean, it's going to keep you busy. You know what I mean? And people are going to be like, yeah, oh, Blake is helping me with this, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I made that very clear. On Thursday when we started working from home, I was like, "You guys, I have the work iPad. We can do our clippings on this because we clip press clippings. Like if we have a client in a magazine, we clip it or screenshot it." And I was like, "I can do that. Please let me know if you need any help with projects." But and I think a lot of people who are in a similar position who want to take on some projects because they have the time, if they're not involved in the information that is being transacted, it's hard to help because they would spend more time educating you on what's happening to be able for you to then do the thing, whereas they could have just done it themselves.
Right.
So, you know, we'll figure it out. It's day by day. You know, Monday will be Monday, and we'll.
Right. Yep. It's probably going to change week to week. Well, in my office building, I think it was like, I can't remember what day it was that I talked with my building manager. I was dropping off the mail. And so I just casually said, because I was kind of like fishing to see what was going on in terms of the building. I said, so have you heard from any businesses that it's impacted them? Has anyone given you notice that they're going to vacate? Because the really nice part about my building, which was a smart thing, I guess, in hindsight now, is that it's month to month. So like you don't really get that many places. You generally have to sign like 1 year lease, 2 years, 3 years. So mine's month to month, which is super awesome. So she did say that a couple of people had already given her notice. One person had given it past the cutoff date, but she was going to be nice to them and let them take advantage of it. And then she had heard from somebody that they were going to need to pay their rent late. And luckily the building was going to be flexible about that. So yeah, I mean, already just for, you know, I mean, my building is filled with little small businesses. I mean, it's, you know, the majority of the units in there are probably about 100 square feet, maybe 200 square feet. So yeah, it's just the little guys in there. And it's a whole lot of eyelash places too. So if you need a place to get your eyelashes done, come to my building.
Perfect. I want mink.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about at the thrift stores these past few days, because I mean, we all went today, but I know that we've gone the past couple of days as well. So Tiffany and Hugo, what's it been like at the thrift?
Well,
in terms of crowds, up and down, we saw a couple that were.
We went on Thursday. I think Thursday, our stores, like both thrift stores and all the markets, were really populated, and I think that was the day that Disneyland announced its closure. And then that day, we noticed a lot of people were out in hordes. Like, I think Disneyland closing made it real.
Yeah.
Like Disneyland said they were going to close our supermarkets. The lines were insane. And then the thrift store was super crowded. Granted, everyone had masks and gloves while flipping through racks, but they were still in there shopping.
Yeah. And then Thursday, for us, Thursday, we actually had double dip day for dollar tags. So that added to the crowd too. And
then also like the extra coupon now made everything like 85 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Piece.
I would have been there too.
Yeah. So it was crowded. We went yesterday.
Yeah, we went yesterday too.
It was dead yesterday.
Yesterday I felt like, and probably in the whole store, maybe
5 people.
Yeah.
In the whole store.
Yeah.
Today was busy.
Today was busy at the one we went to, but this time we went a little bit more west, so it's more crowded.
Yeah, more towards Blake. So it's definitely, I think the area towards Blake is a lot more dense than ours.
Yeah.
What about you, Blake? How was it today?
Today, so I went to a mom and pop shop outside of like beyond Pasadena. Dead. Like I for me today shopping, I had such a relaxing time. Attention everybody, new wrap of clothes coming out. I had no issue. I didn't have to run. I didn't have to, launch myself into the rack. I took my sweet time. There was no one, if you go to my Instagram, look at my story, there was no one in the store.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was so eerie. But then I did go to one in Pasadena, and it was, I guess, average business. Standard.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't have to rush. I think different people were there, and overall, I didn't get a ton of items, but it seemed to be over these past 2-3 days, there was high quality stuff. There's going to be a haul coming. High quality stuff that I only got maybe like 10 things total, but like the profit potential on that is astronomical. So like, thank you. So yeah, that's exciting. And double dip day. So for those who don't know or don't live in California, here in LA, we have Goodwills that are part of Goodwill SoCal, different than Orange County and Northern California.
Other ones, yeah.
And they have color tags, like a lot of thrift stores, but these double dip days are rare, where on Thursdays, the color of the week tag is always $1, but the double dip means that color plus another random color tag, which turns into, on Saturday, the new color of the week. So it was green and blue, I think, on Thursday. And then today it started just green.
Yeah.
And then back to regular price.
And we found really high-end stuff yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Really?
Like the racks were coming out. Like when we showed up, there was 6 new racks on the floor. And it was like every 20 minutes, it was like new rack coming out, new rack coming out.
Well, and I guess I should also say for you guys down in Southern California, they do something that they don't do up here in Washington, which is announce or just in general give a new rack to the people who are shopping in the store. Up here, they do not. That is not a thing. They do not announce a new rack.
Well, I wish. I will say it can be dangerous.
I went with Tiffany and Hugo one time, and it was crazy. Like they said, new rack. I mean, people were just hanging out around the employees' swinging backroom door.
Yeah, exactly. They all just wait there.
You know you're a reseller when you hear the creak of that double door and you look to see if it's just like sometimes it'll be an empty cart because they need to move something, but like you're like
that's hilarious. Well, I went a few times this week. What's interesting is that I went on Wednesday, and I think it was like it was a sale day. No, I went Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, because one of the days I went was also like senior citizen discount day. And I was like, I should call my mom.
Do it.
Yeah, right. And if I wasn't quarantining her, forced quarantining her. But there was a fair amount of people out on Tuesday, Wednesday. By the time I went again on, I think it was Friday, it was really empty. I was shocked. I went into Value Village, and it's a larger location, and it was like you said, I probably could have counted how many people actually were in the store, which was weird. And I thought, okay, great, I'm going to get a lot of great stuff. But I had been there a few days prior, and I felt like there wasn't a lot of new stuff out. I obviously saw some new stuff, but I just thought maybe they didn't have the manpower in back to be processing donations, because Value Village pumps out, I'm sure like all stores, a ton of new inventory every single day. I think they pride themselves on some sort of quota. They've told me before of like how many pieces they get out on the floor every day. And I definitely wasn't seeing there was no new racks being rolled out. Usually there's people running around the store because they all get like assigned a rack, and then they go and they run and put their rack away. There was nobody. There was 2 people working up at the front, and I got the impression that they were the only 2 people possibly working on the floor, which was kind of weird. I was like, that's when I was like, oh, this might be a problem. That's when it kind of hit me.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, this whole inventory thing might be an issue.
There was the same amount of staff, if not more.
I actually think it was more.
Yeah, there was just as much staff. And I mean, at least the Goodwills around us, oftentimes during the week, they have volunteers, some forced volunteers too.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I see them like, I have to sign my hours. Okay, make sure you sign your hours. Are you complete? All right, we won't see you next time, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know what you did.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Tori's saying in the chat that Value Village has 50% off tomorrow. So yeah, definitely Value Village is actively responding to what's happened. I did get an email from them a day or so ago saying that, hey, surprise 50% off sale this weekend. Usually they save it for around holidays to do the whole store. Randomly they'll inject like 50% off dresses or 50% off shoes. But generally only around like a major holiday do they do half off the whole store. So yeah, I might go tomorrow. It'll be interesting if I do to see how many people show up.
Yeah.
And then we were at first when everything was like Wednesday, we were talking, oh, maybe we shouldn't be going out to stores. But then we talked and we're like, well, if we need to be at home, maybe we should go out right now as much as we can to collect and
process,
have plenty to process at home.
This rack behind us has to get processed, and then I have a pile on the floor next to me, and then by our laundry space I have to wash a bunch of stuff. But if we're going to be forced to stay in, I'll at least have all this inventory to work through while I'm home.
And
then also, I mean, by all means, if we see good higher end items, we're picking those up, but we're more open to picking up lower profitable items that are more going to be in the bread and butter, things that we know we might be making about $10 on, but we know they'll sell because it's something commonly used. When before we might leave it behind because we didn't need those lower sales for the sales to be keep coming in.
Yeah, I had that thought today also when I went. There's just like a small thrift store near me that I go to about once a week. So I went there today and I did pick up some lower brands that I, like you guys said, that I maybe usually wouldn't pick up, that I know sell, but that, like you said, again, it's like I don't need to pick them up. But right now I kind of do need those lower dollar sales. And so it might actually make sense. I mean, obviously, given that you get them for the right price. I mean, I was paying like, I think a lot of the pieces were like 50 cents, but like I grabbed like a Chico skirt. I don't usually pick up Chicos.
Yeah.
But I thought it was I was like, well, this is a cute Chico piece. Sorry, I hit my computer. And it's only 50 cents. And if I could get 15 or 20 for it, maybe that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. And also trying to pick up things that are more like business attire, things that people need for professional work again.
Yeah.
Just because people are going to need to buy that and might not be going out to shop for it.
Well, okay, so here's a devil's advocate with that. I think people know that I am always looking for ties, and I'm not right now. Not because there's not money there. There absolutely is. But I don't think people are going to work. So, especially the people with the ties, if they can have a computer at home, or the executives of the world. So I am not focusing my energy there. But I am curious, and chime in with your opinions, what it will be like in a week, because this just happened.
Yeah.
So this is the first weekend of this lifestyle for a lot of people in this country. I'm very curious what it will be like Wednesday and then next week.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we already noticed, and I was already planning on, I started selling board games.
Oh, and movies.
Ooh.
We have
they're not big money makers,
but they're it's like we had talked about in the past, like we collect like Blu-ray movies for ourselves, but we always buy the ones that are the dual pack with the regular DVD and the Blu-ray. We keep the Blu-ray, we sell the DVD. So we have a huge variable listing on eBay, and there's like 40 DVDs.
Yeah, 40 to 50 DVDs in that variable listing that
we make like a few bucks out of each one, and they don't sell often, but we sold two
in the last couple days.
And we haven't made a DVD sale in a while, but with this going on, it's DVDs that are probably not streamable,
right?
That are being sold.
And as much as a lot of people use streaming sites, a lot of people share streaming sites. And if we all are sharing and we're all home, we can't all be on that account, like Netflix. I forget what the limit is, but
if you're a family and you share with your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mom, and your dad.
What?
Yeah.
Who, me?
And your second cousin twice over.
Yeah.
Your friend 5 years ago who hasn't changed her password.
Exactly. If that's the case and you're at home, I'm going to say the adults get the access and the kids get to watch DVDs instead of putting on kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's so smart about like the DVDs and the games, because I actually think that a lot of people probably don't even have to go source for that stuff because they probably actually have it in their house, right? Like I can think to myself, like, we definitely have some board games and there's definitely some DVDs and probably even books, right? Books would probably go into that same category as well. I think that, just in general, the other night I went through like my personal closet and just pulled a bunch of clothing that I was like, okay, like if sourcing is going to be an issue for me, I know a source, my closet. So I went and pulled a bunch of stuff, but I think that there's other areas in our home that we could be going into. And maybe it's not maybe my desire to sell board games, but if I have board games to sell and I have no other inventory, well, then that's maybe a smart idea.
Yeah. And with that in mind too, I always part things out. Board game pieces too. So if you have a board game that you don't have complete, but people lose things and they want a complete set to play at home, and probably more often people are going to start pulling out those board games and realize they're missing the taboo buzzard or they're missing, and those aren't big flips, but it'll keep activity in your store, easy to ship oftentimes.
Your kitchen appliances.
Yeah, kitchen appliances. If you have mixers, but you really just use one attachment, consider looking up the other attachments if they're worth selling, because
the food processor always comes with like 5 different blades. How many of those do you actually sell off the other ones? And that's how we started selling, was like going through and picking apart all our appliances.
Yeah.
Blake, are you looking for appliances right now in your house?
No, I'm seriously, I'm like me with the door creaking. I'm like looking for someone to drop off those freaking flushable wipes at my doorstep.
Wait, you're listening for the opening of a package of wipes?
Or something.
A 4 away.
No, so to Tiffany and Hugo's point with the games and things and like, the household items, I definitely noticed myself looking for more home, less clothing based items, but things that were also easy to ship because I don't know, part of why me reselling, I don't want to pick up anything that's hard to ship.
Yeah. Right.
Not physically hard, just like
difficult to pack. Yeah.
Or you need to buy a box, which I don't like to do.
Right.
If it
Somebody just took your box.
someone just took my reusable box. Those mother. I self blurted. No, but I think it's important for people to. I don't want people to like necessarily go out and get like a ton of inventory, because people not buying is like a real thing, because people are losing investments. 401ks are decreasing. Like people's future money is really not necessarily in a great place.
Yep.
So someone commented here, like, I think people are going to hoard their money. I don't think it's hoarding. I think they're going to be more smart about it just right now, because they want to make sure they can go buy food.
Yep.
Because they want to buy a bunch at one time versus just a couple times a week, like I normally would shop. So my grocery bill was almost $200 the other day on Thursday. And that's virtually 2 weeks for me. So that in 1 week was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, well, also to your point about not going out and picking up a ton of inventory, I was just like looking through some of the items that I have for sale. I think I was sending out some offers, and I was thinking in my head, like, somebody's probably not going to buy this really fancy, expensive dress that I have in my store, because right now they probably don't have anywhere to wear it. I haven't heard, but I would imagine, like, for instance, like school dances are probably not happening. Yeah. Proms are canceled. I've seen like people like on TikTok. I don't know if Tiffany and Hugo, you've seen this, but people making jokes about how they're going to be graduating online.
Oh no!
Like from their computer.
What if they do like online prom, and then they'll still have to dress up? So.
Prom at home. Yeah. So it's just, these expensive items, right? Where are you going to wear it? Because the Coachella event you were going to attend is now postponed? Is it canceled or postponed? One of the two. Right. So there's all these events that it's like, well, you're not going anywhere. So what are you going to wear this stuff for? So maybe, thinking about what are people going to be wearing, using.
I think gym clothes will go up because people can be more active now, and they're like, whether they're working from home, they're going to make a conscious effort, or should, to get more steps in, be more active. Like for me, having worked from home, I was like, 5:30 hits, I'm out the door. I've got to go get out and do stuff. So I think,
or just, and I think I saw Tori mention in the chat earlier, comfy clothes.
Yeah.
People wanting to wear something. Yeah. Right. Because all these people who are working from home are probably like living it up. They usually probably have to wear some sort of business casual or perhaps a suit and tie to work. And now all of a sudden you can wear your sweats every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no shortage of sweats, but if somebody else out there, yeah. And by sweats, I mean leggings.
Slippers or house shoes would probably do really well right now.
I love that you called it house shoes. That just sounds funny.
Well, maybe.
What about house coats? You know about house coats for ladies that they used to have?
Oh my God! No,
that's a real thing.
Like a fancy robe.
Yeah, it's like
the rise of muumuus will come in.
Yeah, it's like a muumuu with like a zipper in the front.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
In Hawaii?
No, that was just a dress, babe.
Okay.
Did you guys see on Twitter, there is this thing called a quarantini happening?
Yes.
Yeah. I posted about it on my Instagram. Isn't it like gin and emergency or something?
It's a vodka, champagne, like any like generally clear alcohol. Emergency or like a fizzy something. A quarantini. I love it.
My our friend, all of our mutual friend Ty Lux Huntress on Instagram, she posted about how she was saying how 9 months from now there's going to be a bunch of quarantine babies.
Oh yeah, 100 mini boom.
Yeah.
There will be a mini boom. This is what happens.
And then when they grow up, they'll be called quarantines. Get it?
Oh
yep.
My God.
I was telling that to Tiff too. It's like every time something like this happens,
there's a rise.
There's going to be a lot of kids. Especially if you don't have that Netflix subscription, you're going to.
A lot of Netflix and chill happening. Yep. But on that note, Ty did say she went to the bins and she said the bins were pretty active today.
I would not go to the bins.
I told Oliver I wouldn't. So I haven't.
I don't mind the clothes. It's maybe, and this is maybe just because it's the LA bins that we've been to. Everyone's been to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around the hundreds of people being grimy.
Yeah, it's way more. There's a more increased chance you are going to touch skin with another human or be in their breathing space
or like
at the outlet. Yeah. I'm not, if people want to go, there's no, I'm not judging if you want to do that. For me, I'm just saying, I know in my own experience how close you get to people, and I don't want to, I don't know that I want to be that close right now next to other people. I had heard from another local reseller friend, she was saying during the weekday was, empty in there. So I was surprised to hear this weekend it was busier. I don't know if that's just the crowd of people who work during the weekdays who now were off and could come on the weekend because, right, it always increases that way.
Yeah.
Or also if everybody was having a similar thought about getting inventory and they thought, I need to come. So I don't know. I don't know what everyone.
You sent us a post that the outdoor markets are closing.
Yeah.
The different
saw that.
Yeah. I wonder, I don't know what it is, if that means we're going to have new people coming onto the platform that can't sell their stuff in person.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, can you imagine if that's like your source of, that's your primary source of income?
They focus on traveling on the weekends to different
flea markets and stuff like that.
Yeah. That would be very tough.
Someone asked in the chat if we were concerned with the post office closing, and I don't think they will.
No,
I don't think they should. I think
I don't think they will. And also, I mean, I think worst case, it might slow down because of just people not being able to show up to work, but they'll probably end up with pay incentives for people to come in and work, temporary, like seasonal jobs.
I mean, but the way the post office works, they're guaranteed because it's a government job. They have their guaranteed hours. Right. So they're going to come in regardless. And they might be using up sick leave, but they're going to be required to either be there or they're still going to get paid.
So I follow somebody on Instagram. I'm not sure if you guys do as well. Rosewood Cottage. It's like rosewood.cottage. She posted she's a Denver reseller, and she posted that because she's Polish, I believe. She said, just read an article on Polish news website that Polish Postal Service will stop receiving international mail due to closing down Poland's borders because of current events. This means that all countries that close down their borders will do the same, as flights will stop being received. And for her, she said that she's going to stop selling internationally on eBay because no one knows how long this will last. Consider suspending international sales for the time being.
Oh,
well, I mean, that makes sense because I mean, planes have to travel in and you have to fly in, but because really we do GSP. In our case, once somebody buys it that way, we're done. Like that, it goes to eBay.
Right.
So for that reason, not too concerned about that. But I don't think we need to cancel international sales because if they can't buy it, they can't buy it.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting because I'm trying to think I was like, is Italy in GSP or no?
I think it is. We've sold to Italy.
I'm like, are they taking the mail?
No, I think
probably not right now. If the whole country's quarantined.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I was reading about how you have to get permission to leave your house. Only one person can leave at a time in Italy.
Stop.
And then no. That's like you have to get permission to leave. And if you're like outside of your home when you're not supposed to be, you get ticketed.
Oh, I mean, curfew laws.
Yeah.
They need the money too, so pay up.
Like literally they need it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what suggestions do we have for being proactive about all of this? I mean, we kind of talked about like, okay, so here's some items to sell. I mean, for you, Blake, since this is not your full-time gig, what are your thoughts and feelings for your reselling business right now?
I think it's important more than ever to recognize that it's not just an algorithm or a formula to these apps and to these sites anymore. Like sharing, of course, like for Poshmark specifically, sharing and following, etc. Yes, that will help, but there is a different element here of people choosing not to spend money on clothing. So I think if your sales aren't picking up, that does not mean go get 100 items and start listing it necessarily.
Yeah.
Like if it's a couple days and you're seeing like no change in your business, that could be because of what is happening currently. Feel free to continue to list. For my personal self, everything that I just thrifted, I think this is good for everyone to keep in mind. There's no rush. Like this is going to be going on for weeks, months, right? So if you have the inventory to list, 10 things a day or more, great. For me, I don't. So I'll do like 1 to 2 a day for, the next couple weeks. And that's a lot for me. That, if I could do more, I'll do more. But I think it's important to recognize if you're not making sales, maybe trying to push through what you have listed so that you don't have to take on additional or take from your profit to buy more inventory when that isn't necessarily the solution.
And I know because I interviewed you on my podcast recently that you mentioned that you have some of the ladies in your office have clothing for you to either just straight up sell or consign. Is that something that you've thought more about given recent circumstances?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
Although it would be ideal to have the extra. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to be, I have to go pick up the mail. Like I said, on Monday, I might just get, I know they're waiting for me. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask, oh my God, I'll tell my boss, I'm going to pick up that stuff and we can sell it during this weird time. Yes, honey.
We got something out of this. We worked something out.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's 50%. I mean, 60, 40%, whatever we decide.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not the most money, but it'll keep me busy.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, I think that's kind of perfect. It's kind of ideal inventory because it's not going to cost you anything. And you don't have to go anywhere other than to see your boss, which you potentially are doing anyways.
Yep.
So
smart. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. No big deal. Okay. What about you, Tiffany and Hugo? What are you guys thinking in terms of, I don't know. I guess it's hard to say, right?
Well, one of the things that we already do, I mean, our name is Sell Quick, Ship Quick. So I encourage everyone to try to ship as soon as possible.
Especially with the time being home.
Especially being, a lot more people that are going home. So in some cases, I'm going twice to the post office. We're prepaying, so I just drop it off. And oftentimes, what makes the sale when I counter an offer, or she does, is we'll tell them, if you can pay within the hour, we will ship today. Even though technically for them, it would be tomorrow.
Right.
And it's worked on a lot of, like when we wake up to offers and we counter immediately, and it's like, oh, if you pay by 9 o'clock, we'll ship it today. They'll take the offer because they know they're going to get it. Yeah.
And I mean, for example, we have something at $29.99. We get an offer sent in for $18. We'll counter at 23 or 24 and
whatever
tell them,
halfway is.
And then we'll tell them, like, we can do this and we'll guarantee we'll ship it out today if you can ship it,
if you can pay.
Yeah. So for them, it feels like an upgrade to priority shipping because they're gaining a day on their shipping.
Right. Yeah, that's smart. And ship it before they can cancel it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we'll do that for like Poshmark and Mercari. You have the option to say, like, I've shipped it. So once they buy it, if you check it off to ship, I mean, ship it.
Yeah, ship it that day, but
Right.
Normally I'll go in and say at night, I do shipping at night and in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I'll go in and any Posh I print out, I put down that I've dropped off, shipped, done, in my bin for takeout the next morning.
And then I talked about this with you, Denali, about auctions. So we're going to be doing auctions. Like we're going to do a new round of auctions Sunday night. And then I do have like auctions going on in the middle of the week because
we have the auctions available.
Yeah. So we're going to be utilizing auctions on some of our stale inventory and then and now that we have more time at home, probably go through and adjust pricing on some of our older items that we haven't been paying attention to. Like yesterday, I went through and I I went to like the oldest listings, or I, you know, whatever, filtered it, right, to the oldest listings. And I just edited. I worked on like editing 10. Like 10 a day. And I edited 10 yesterday, and I was like, why did I price this so high? No wonder there's no one buying it. But, you know, like, you forget about it.
And you price it to the market at the time.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, if you're on Poshmark, if you go through and go filter, like, oldest, you might be surprised at the things that you had listed and what they're listed at.
Well, I agree with that, too, because more often than not, I'm changing prices or dropping prices on eBay, and I'm not, you know, because there's that mass edit feature on eBay, but I'm not proactively thinking to go do that on Poshmark because it's not where I make the primary source of my income. So when I do go onto Posh and like maybe I'm sorting my closet high to low, and I'm just like, whoa, that's still priced at $200. That's like $120 over on eBay, you know? So maybe that's maybe a good use of people's time too, is to just go and make sure, are your prices matching up on both platforms, or
and be more
prices? What'd you say?
Be more open to taking
offers,
really lowball offers. Just be open to taking all offers, because, you know, I'm happy to sell it if like only the buyer, no, excuse me, only the seller knows the history of that item. So, you know, if it's taken a while to sell and someone gives you $20, $15, listen, it'll help. Whatever it'll help. It's a sale. It'll lead to something else. You know, just
like something we're still working on ourselves is like looking at the cost of your inventory, looking at the cost of your entire inventory as a whole versus the individual item when you're taking the offer. Like, instead of looking at that dress as you paid $10 for it, just look at your entire store and the value of your entire store, and then, you know, it might make you more susceptible to taking that offer.
Yeah, and it's kind of going back to the idea, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we've experienced that the more activity we have, positive activity in terms of sales. So if we're accepting some of those offers where we're making $5 to $10 on a bread and butter, and we're like, fine, we'll just take it. And we'll 2 or 3 of those. And then all of a sudden we get some of those $40, $50 ones starting to roll in. And it's not guaranteed to happen that way, but positive activity in the platform helps. And that's on eBay. Posh,
I don't know.
Posh is weird. Posh is weird.
I don't know.
No, I agree with you guys on eBay. It's the same way for me. I'll get some offers in that I'm like, oh, I do not want to take this because I really wanted more for this. And I make myself literally like press that accept button, you know.
You're like, payment issue.
No. So, you know, I'll accept it, and then like later maybe I'll get a full price sale on something that I wasn't expecting. There's something to that algorithm, right, that we don't know. That's as far as we know, it's folklore, but there is something to accepting some not so great offers and getting better ones because of it. So I don't know if it works that way on Posh. I'd like to think it does, but they're not as transparent about
related to shipping. Even if I like tonight, I'm gonna ship, even though I can't go tomorrow to the post office, but I will still go on so that on the system
the label's printed.
I have a label that's printed, tracking that's uploaded, and all that. So the system already knows I've completed a transaction or on the process of completing. So again, a different form of positive activity.
Right.
Yeah, and then on Mercari,
I don't know.
Just wait to see what sells.
What I've been doing on Mercari is because I'll send out offers on Mercari. But at first I was like, oh, I got a like, I'll send an offer. But then I realized I get 2 likes, I send an offer, and it makes me want to send a lower offer. So now I'm just waiting until something has like about 3 to 4 people or more that item, so that I feel like, all right, I'll throw out an offer before it's enough people that like it.
Do you guys have any thought about sourcing items for Amazon right now, or no?
So we haven't really been sourcing for Amazon with current events, and I watched the Posh Hanger stories yesterday, and I've been following her, you know, her her eBay journey because she was trying to get like her highest month or her highest profitable month. And with what's going on, her sales kind of took a dip and she's trying to focus more on Amazon. I mean, we're thinking about it. But then it's also hard to source for Amazon if you can't get out of the house and you're quarantined.
Right. Like,
so there's also that.
The stuff that people need isn't really available to send to them.
Yeah.
Right. That's tough. Right. Because you're competing with other people.
Yeah. And I think right now for people who might be doing Amazon FBA that live in the smaller towns out where, like, you know, like you said, LA, the grocery stores look ransacked. But I've heard from other people on Instagram that the towns that are not so heavily populated, it's not that crazy.
Or if you're in Canada.
So they are still, so they're still finding a lot of products. So maybe for them, Amazon is still better for them because they can find the items people in LA want to buy.
Right. Yeah. I guess it's probably a really good sourcing opportunity for people to sell items on Amazon for states that haven't been as affected yet. Because both, you know, well, I say both because I'm just looking at 2 video windows, but all 4 of us, you know, live in the states that have been affected. I mean, it's us, California, New York, and I'm missing, is it New Hampshire? There's somewhere else right by New York that's also been affected heavily as well. You know, I was looking back to, somebody had sent me a message back in January because we had the first patient in the U.S. in the county I live in, was the first reported. And I was thinking to myself, man, if I'd only listened to that message a little bit sooner. I mean, you know.
I mean, that's everyone right now too.
Yeah. But it was, but I did look. This person had messaged me on January 21st. So it's almost 2 months ago, which is kind of crazy to think that that's like when the first, I think New York Times put out an article on the first patient in Washington 2 months ago.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say too, though, is related to Amazon, because I know a lot of people don't do Amazon or haven't started. Right now, a lot of people are going to eBay to buy essentials. So things that people are also looking on Amazon, people are looking for them on eBay. And that's not to go and price gouge anyone. It's just saying, like, you can, the things you think you would want to be able to sell on Amazon, you might be able to get that going now on.
We saw some like extravagant prices on toilet paper last night on eBay. We were just curious. Like, we're not going to go and sell our toilet paper.
I saw on Amazon, you can buy a bidet for about $110. I saw toilet paper for $120 on eBay.
Ooh, so if you buy like the Costco toilet paper, it comes in the big giant, you know. And then there's what, like six packs of 6.
Or something like that.
Yeah. So 1 pack of 6 sold for $77 on eBay plus like $14 to ship it. And
these were all sales from yesterday evening.
Or this was this morning, right? Like 3 in the morning. Like and someone bought it for $70.
What is he getting out of there?
He's getting his money pile.
He's about to sell some gold bars up there.
It's my paper towels.
Well, you cut them in half.
I bought this 16-pack from Costco 4 months ago, and I have
12
left. I have 12 left. Who wants them? I'm just kidding.
Let's start the bidding now.
Start the bid now.
I know, it is one of those times where it's like, you know, if you do hoard your products a little bit, like not hoard, but kind of are always like, you've got the next shipment going for yourself. And I would classify myself as one of those people, then you're kind of in a good position. Like, you know, I think the last time I ordered hand soap, I ordered it on Amazon. And so I got like a 14-pack or something like that. It's like, we're okay for a little bit. Or the toilet paper. I probably have, I'm probably down to, of those 6 packs, you know what I mean, that you're talking about, I probably have got like 2 or 3 of them left still.
Yeah, same.
That's still a fair amount.
If you're an avid Costco shopper, like normally, I think you're good. You know,
right?
This makes
because you're already having to buy it.
Yeah.
This makes me want to be a future Costco member because I'm a single person. I do not shop in bulk never.
Well, I mean,
Again, 16 rolls, and I have 4 months ago, and now I have 12 left. Like, what?
What did you use that through, like your work's Costco membership or something?
No, so I have a friend, the one that got me the eggs and the protein shakes.
Gotcha.
That will take me some time.
You've got a dealer, is what you're saying.
he's got his hookup.
You got your hookup. No, Hugo, that's a good suggestion though about selling the items that people would be selling on Amazon to eBay. I hadn't thought of. I mean, like I always know that is an option, but I've never really wanted to do it because I thought everybody's always going to Amazon anyways. eBay is really an afterthought. But you're right. Now people are looking kind of everywhere.
Yeah, and then also with the idea for Amazon, if say aside from hand soap, you need lotion. You know, the more you wash your hands, the more you're gonna dry out your hands. So you need lotion. If you're sending your items to Amazon, first off, hopefully you're approved to send lotion to Amazon. It has to get shipped through FedEx or UPS, whatever. It takes its time to get to the warehouse. When if you have it at home and you're willing to ship it yourself safely, you can ship it that day.
Yeah.
Instead of sending it in. And I know there is, I'm not sure if I can't keep up with the chat, but there is merchant fulfilled as an option too for certain items, which basically means eBay.
Well, and I think that there's again another opportunity, right? In terms of, like I was saying, going through my personal closet. I mean, you know, going through your kitchen pantry or your underneath your bathroom sink, right? That's where we put all of like those beauty products that we purchased and didn't end up using. I think that there's opportunity for people to list those items because it might be something somebody's looking for, but they can't leave their house. Again, not encouraging anybody to price gouge.
No, but I mean, you're making your money back on items you're not using and somebody else needs. And you can help somebody else out. I mean, kind of looking out for each other as a country.
I think it's important to be fair with your pricing. I know everyone's trying to make money, but like you just said, people do need it. Like people are in need more than normal because of all the panic buying. So of course, you know, there might be a slight upcharge, but don't be a jerk.
Yeah, because I mean, as much as I want to sell my mustache remover cream for, I need it too. Oh, okay, wait. Does anybody have any? Wait, what?
Juniper put in there about the guy who bought like 70,000 bottles, $70,000 worth of hand sanitizer, and he can't sell it. Did you read
that article? And I saw the one about the Canadian couple who said that they've made $100,000 in the last month or two because they've been Costco. They specifically said they were Costco hopping. They would go to a Costco at opening and buy stuff, which I also was talking to somebody who told me that Costco is, I guess, banning memberships for life for people who are clearly buying items to resell. I mean, that's probably not the worst thing that's ever going to happen to you in your life if Costco bans you, but nonetheless, it is. They are like actively taking steps against people.
I think right now, because Costco doesn't allow resale.
Because we have a business account with Costco, and we have a reseller permit attached to that. So certain items, if we wanted to resell, we can not pay tax on it.
Sure.
But that's
like the people who are buying, you know, like all the toilet paper and load up that pallet.
Right. And I think that most of the stores now are limiting it anyways, because when I was down at the grocery store today and I happened to luck out and get some toilet paper, there was a sign that said that you were limited to buying 2. And I'm sure probably at Costco, they're probably not even letting you buy 2. I would imagine. I mean, nobody technically needs 2 of those in the short term.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Yeah, I would hope not.
Don't need that much toilet paper.
Right, exactly. Unless you run like a daycare or, I don't know, senior center or something like that. But those people, see, here's the thing that I thought, okay, one, it sucks because they make resellers look bad, you know.
Terrible.
And exactly. And then also, I'm like, why would you go public with your name? Because that's basically putting a target on your head. One, I mean, obviously you're going to get banned from Costco. If you're selling it on Amazon, you're probably going to get your account shut down on Amazon because now you've just publicly said you're price gouging. And then also, now everyone in your community and the internet, gosh, what's worse than people on the internet knowing that you're a bad person, right? You're going to have everybody on the internet who know, the whole world knows that you just jacked up the price on toilet paper and hand sanitizer to make a quick buck. I don't understand what the thought process is with publishing your name.
No,
they're not thinking
for publicity.
I mean, that's, I equated it. I was talking about this and I said, that's the equivalent of going and like, if you won the lotto and going and taking the picture with the big check, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think people are thinking because they're on this high of like, oh my God, I'm going to make money. Everyone's going to want it from me. They're not thinking to create like a secondary name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably it. They're so like, oh my God, I'm like 16 packs of toilet paper, shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, sucks to be that guy right now. I mean, and either of those guys. And the guy who's stuck with all that product, I mean, at the end of the day, the truth is he's going to sell it locally. I mean, he could set up a lemonade stand real quick. I mean, he could go door to door, you know, with the trench coat and...
Exactly. I mean, just the fact that article came out, people are going to approach him to buy it now anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to sell it at a reasonable
gouging price. Yes.
I mean, he's probably at a place now where it's like, listen, the only way to redeem yourself is to sell that and donate your profits. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way.
Yeah,
I'm
PR.
like, yeah, that's some good PR, right? Right, Blake? You know all about PR, right?
Yes. I mean, but also don't feel forced. I hate, especially like in celebrity world, where it's like, I did something bad in this situation that is connected with this nonprofit. So like, I'm going to apologize and then I'm going to donate some money. Like, don't do that. Do it because you want to do it, you know?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Be genuine.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess, does anybody in the chat have any questions? I'm sorry we haven't interacted too much. I was trying to make sure we could kind of keep a conversation going. But we have been looking over. I think all of us have been looking over. I know that somebody requested that you sing, Blake. I don't want to put you on the spot, so maybe just let it flow naturally when it comes to you. Just interject some high notes for everybody. I guess just kind of looking, it looks like everybody agrees with us. That guy gave reselling a bad name.
Yeah.
I think he tried to like redeem himself I read the article, right? And he was like, I thought this would be a good way for me to help my family. And I saw this as an opportunity to provide financially for my whole family and da-da-da-da-da. So he was playing, I don't know, maybe the sympathy on that note. But he also said he drove to like neighboring states and he went around and drove like 1,000 miles or I don't know, something ridiculous to empty out all these stores so you could sell it online.
Oh, this is a good question. Emma, Sadie, are you more worried about the long-term effects of this or the short-term effects? Whether, Emma, is this in relation to reselling or just life in general? Because I have thoughts.
Yeah, give both your thoughts. Blake.
So for regular life, I am concerned about the future because with everything, like with airlines not giving full refunds and just credits and business slowing down and businesses closing and people living differently, I think people will continue to live differently for a very long time. So shifting consumer habits are going to be a thing. I also think there's going to be a spike in prices that will be more than what we've ever seen towards the end of this year to cover or make up for what has been lost so quickly, which is astonishing. And I think that in relation to gas in particular, I saw gas today for the first time in over 4.25 years that I've lived here. Gas was $2.99. I've never seen that. And gas is going down. So
people aren't driving to work anymore.
Right. So I think long term, it's going to be weird. And I don't know what people are in for, but I don't think it's going to be like, let's free book those vacations. I think the prices will be jacked. So you'll still have to pay more than what you originally did.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're going to like tropical destinations like Hawaii, I mean, still within the US, but I think that's already expensive. I think it's going to be more. I think our big cities will be priced increased. I think the minimum wage being $15 thing is going to be more. I mean, it's already a major conversation, but I think it will be a huge, huge, important conversation to those states and places that don't have that mandate law. And in relation to reselling, I think that people still need clothes, but I think maybe the more lavish. No. The lavish purchasers will still be there because in all the movies where the world ends, there's always the rich people and the people with the money trying to buy the things or buy more. Like there is no stopping of spending for them.
I mean, you still have to take photos for the gram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram will survive long past anyone else.
But I think it will be different. I think it will shift consumer habits. This could I know they forecasted the secondhand market to be worth one or however many billions in 2023. This could fully accelerate that to be this year because people don't want to leave. And so I think that's exciting for us. But TBD, could go both ways.
What do you guys think, Tiffany and Hugo?
Well,
I agree with Blake.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I think this is going to adjust, like you're saying, people's perception of spending money. Because as much as a lot of people are still able to work from home and getting paid as a job, there are like the other people, like you mentioned, Denali, that were laid off of restaurant jobs and other service jobs. So the focus in spending might turn more towards the needs and like we refer to it as bread and butter. But at the same time, people still appreciate quality. So there will be those purchases that are the higher quality items because people do believe in, I'd rather buy a $50 blouse that is great material, it's going to last me, than to buy 3 basic tops that might not last or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's always different people, different perceptions. So there will be buyers for the higher price items, but I think.
Oh, sorry. The Joanne Bass here in our chat said she thinks new items will definitely go way up because it will produce more here in the U.S. to give. That's something I didn't think about. Maybe more U.S. based jobs will come out of this, so we can produce locally to give the people who are out of jobs again. Because I think I didn't say this earlier. I think people working from home. Those amount of people will be like a quarter more than what it used to be. I would say like working from home people was in the single digits of percentages of people across the country. I think it will be more after this situation because whether corporate companies decide to stagger how many people are in the office on a regular basis or just out of pure safety, or I think there's going to be a benefit for some businesses realizing that they can function okay remotely. So they won't renew a lease or something. So it's going to be interesting how money and how people shift their habits, but also if businesses close, like what do the people who can't do working from home, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, for my husband's job, he used to work in his office like 100% full time. Then they were allowing them to work from home 1 day a week, or it was like a couple times a month. Then it just in general, right before everything happened. And now he got to the point where he was working from home 3 days a week. But given recent events in the past 2 weeks, they've allowed him to stay home at 100%. So it does make me think, you know, for employers like his, where his job can really be done remotely, the only reason you maybe have people come in is just for meetings, really, you know what I mean? Or some sort of team building or to, I don't know, interact face to face for one reason or the other. I mean, for the most part, his job is just proving that it can be done, like you said, 100%, you know, and that does an office space make sense?
To Juniper's point, the disabled or the handy-capable people, I think this will be huge for them because people can work from home and there's going to be this big revelation of it's working. There will be a bigger market for those individuals to get more work.
Yeah. I mean, Right. Yeah, that'd be nice. I hope that that's something that comes out of it. Amber resells. Hi, Amber. Said that she's interested to see what it'll be like when we are all told to work remote. Okay, so Amber's in Iowa, I believe. So I guess they haven't been told to work at home. I feel like it's starting to spread, as unfortunately, I don't mean to sound negative, but as more people come into contact with it in your own state, that's when it seems like employers and businesses are telling people to stay and work from home, or they're closing schools. It's kind of, and it's changing so quickly. I mean, for me, I know for my son's school, it was like we went from a 2-week break to a 6-week break in the course of 24 hours.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is kind of changing quickly, and dependent on whether it picks up pace in your state. That's probably when you'll see it. Oh, somebody said, Denali, I know where you live. That's creepy. I know where I live too.
Where I live.
Somebody said, such a cute cat. Wait, that's Ginger, right? No, that's Wasabi. Dang it. If Oliver was here, he would correct me. Let's see.
Do you guys think, if you could believe it, the price of iPhones and technology and everything, I think that's going to go up too.
You think the price of technology?
Yes, because if we're
going to be reliant.
Remote,
we're
gonna really need the quality of, like, I'm on a Mac. You, Tiffany and Hugo, you're on a Mac.
I'm not.
Well, loser. No, I'm kidding. But you have an iPhone. Like, I think we're gonna have to amp up the technology that we use on a regular basis because of that.
Yeah, that's true, right? People who aren't comfortable or don't have the equipment. I think, most new computers, laptops come standard with some sort of webcam and stuff like that. But yeah, if you don't have the equipment at home, your employers will start having to buy it to provide their employees with it. That's part of it.
My company does that, so.
Your company does that? Yeah, my husband's company also did that. They already had provided equipment for him for a home office space, which is, I mean, it was nice. It kind of came in handy given all of, current events. So does anybody else have any other questions?
Any questiones about current events or else?
Joanne says, don't think the Midwest has been hit yet. I work at a hospital and we have not had any cases. Yeah. It will progressively keep going.
Is Ohio considered the Midwest? Where is Ohio on the map?
No, I thought it was, but it's more east. It's closer. It's further east than we would have thought.
Okay, but Ohio got some cases.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I think they're closer probably to New York.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tori, what do you mean $300 a person? What's that mean? Like they get $300 towards technology? Funkaholic said, I asked about the bins still going. I am not, and I will not be.
Yeah.
We hardly go.
We go when guests are.
Yeah.
Here.
So, and that was one thing that did change is we had a few travel plans that drastically changed. We were supposed to be in Europe. We were supposed to be in Italy during Europe the closure. So
we had a European cruise that was set to leave March 4th, and we wouldn't have been back until the end of March. And that means that we would have flown into France to Spain, cruised through Italy. We would have been stuck out there.
Yeah, because I mean, if we would have been stranded in Italy.
When was your departure date? Like, when would you have left?
We would have left March 4th, and we would have returned to the States like March 20 something. But the travel is going on right now.
Yeah, and if we would have left March 4th, there wasn't really any closures yet to Europe.
Right. Oh,
so we would have been there and like.
Yeah, so that, and then we also had Christy and Nick were going to come down and visit us. That got canceled.
Our other friend Lisa canceled her trip from Portland as well.
Yeah, there was a SoCal reseller meetup that we're gonna do.
Postponed.
Blake, did you have any plans?
Denali,
did you have any plans this weekend, Blake?
I think I was supposed to come visit you.
I think you're supposed to be in my house right now.
You guys, I was supposed to be in Seattle as of yesterday.
Yeah, Blake was supposed to fly in late last night.
We were ready to go on Wednesday still. We canceled Thursday.
Oh yeah, he and I were both playing chicken with each other like all week. We're like, yeah, every day Blake was like so excited to come visit. And I was like, me too. Can't wait to see you. Yeah, same.
Like something got announced and I was like, oh shit, no.
Disney closed. You were like, Disney? No, it got real.
That's like,
yeah, I mean, I think I had logged on to Alaska Airlines website and I had seen that they were now allowing people to cancel. And I was just like, yeah, we done. This trip is off. Like, this isn't happening. And so then I actually had a friend of ours, Hillary, was that the cancellation?
Before we canceled, she sent me a screenshot of the Alaska cancellation policy.
She didn't tell you. She didn't tell you. She was just like, by the way, you can cancel now.
No, by the way, I called and canceled for you.
Oh my God. My work day was like insane because I was dealing with my boss and people were supposed to go to Italy. So like it was nuts. And I was like, Denali, yes, I'm on the same page. Call you in an hour.
Yeah, he's like, fine, good. No, and then I thought, okay, well, Blake's not coming. My friend Hillary, who you guys know, was having her baby shower this weekend. And so I was like, yay, I can come to the baby shower. But then unfortunately, which, that was going to happen, our small public gathering, a couple of the people who were going to attend had been around people who had tested positive. So it could no longer happen. Which is probably for the best, we should have done a virtual one now that I think about it, a virtual baby shower. Probably wouldn't have worked the best, but sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Oh no, Liz, who is Shop El Marnell in the chat, she had a trip to Mexico planned. Liz, didn't you have another trip as well? I thought you were going to 2 different places, but she's canceling her trip to Mexico. Well, that's because Mexico is going to close their border. They don't want us there. I don't blame them.
Their Texas trip.
Who did?
Tori and Bill.
Oh, I know. Tori and Bill, I saw they're on their staycation right now. Are you still on your staycation, Tori and Bill? Oh, you guys got full credit through Delta. That's good. I'm glad to hear that people are getting some sort of... Blake, was yours a credit or a refund? I can't remember.
It was a full credit. To my knowledge, because I've been researching for my job. There's like no airline is giving 100% refund to the form of which you paid.
Yeah.
So the refund is like not an applicable word. It's more like credit or voucher.
Got it.
I will say that might not apply if you're a gold member or a high ranking level in whatever airline program.
Yeah. Juniper had a trip that got canceled. Tori said, is day drinking a staycation?
Girl, you need to make yourself a quarantini.
I wonder if it tastes good because it's an emergency packet, right? Is that what it is?
It's going to be a little citrusy. I don't know. I might just have a quarantini, but just like bourbon straight.
Wait, you had one?
No, I just bourbon.
Oh, I thought you said you did have one.
Just whiskey.
Just
That's
whiskey.
Quarantini.
Ooh, look, Blake, do one. Make one. Make it now, live on the air. Make a quarantini.
I'll do it. Help me in the comments. Help me pick my quarantini flavor. Super
what
orange.
Options? Okay.
Acai berry and regular orange.
Regular orange.
Yeah.
Just don't do acai berry.
That's what I was gonna say, but mostly for reaction.
Okay, let's do. Okay, we'll do orange. I'm gonna make the quarantini.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to see it. Don't forget to show us.
Hold on.
Tori said she's coming over, Blake. She's gonna join you.
Oh my God, perfect, lovely. We can drink out of my Ralph Lauren home gorgeous crystal glasses.
Ooh, did you thrift those?
No.
I sold some of those.
Were they a wedding present?
Yes, wedding to myself. Very Carrie Bradshaw.
I love it. Let's see. I'm reading the comments. Oh, Erin said that they're packed with vitamins. Hi, Erin. Hey, everybody. Erin has a YouTube channel that you should go check out and subscribe to. Erin, I I know you sent me a message about it the other day, so this is my shout out. Hopefully that's just as good. So go subscribe to her channel. I think she just posted. Did you post some haul videos recently? Let me know in the comments. Jillian said that you shouldn't do this mix, Blake, but she's also giving a laughing emoji. So wait, what did you end up doing? The acai or the orange?
Oh my God, wait, you're right. This should be like vodka or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, well, I didn't pop it yet. We'll see.
Pop it. Let's see how it is. Why? You don't think it'll taste good?
I don't know. I'm nervous. I get it. Okay.
Well, now I want you to do it.
Yeah. We want to see it happen.
I'm so nervous. Hold on. Oh.
Gin. I mean,
Aaron,
Jillian said don't use champagne.
Well,
Why are you moving away? It's not gonna hit you.
But I'm scared for him.
Woo! Tori, yes, let's cheeky.
Okay, let's see. I want to see it bubble over. Pull it away from the laptop.
It's gonna turn into like a science.
I'm not gonna do the full packet, or maybe I should. Okay, well.
Oh, do the full packet.
Wait.
Bill, what shoes?
Move.
Okay, let's see. Wait, hold it up. We gotta see.
Oh yeah, they're fizzy. Juniper, just be careful.
Okay, not too close to the keyboard. Don't do it over the keyboard.
Quarantine up.
Live.
Quarantini.
You need a spoon. Like, give it a little, because it's gonna be all clumpy. Clump.
Wait a minute, there's only like this much champagne in there. There's so many bubbles. Oh my God, it's like a bubble bath. Quarantine.
It's not as bubbly as I thought. I thought this was going to be like, in third grade where you had to make like a volcano and do the lava.
It's not vinegar and baking soda.
What's the thing that they do with the soda? Oh, Mentos.
Mentos and Diet Coke or
Yes. Oh, I love those videos. That's what you should have done, is just poured it straight into the bottle.
Oh my God, I'm so
Just give it a little shake.
yeah, that would have been.
Okay, let's see. Quarantini. We went with the orange.
Oh.
No, we're good. We're good. Just give it a stir.
It's honestly a lot of bubbles. So, okay. Ready?
How was it?
Quarantine.
Bottoms up. Drinking alone here. I'll hold it.
You guys, this is good.
Really?
This is actually good. Very mimosa vibes. I did orange with the VOO.
It makes sense. Mimosa.
Oh my God, you guys. Cheersy.
I love it. We should have just started this off like all of us.
You guys, the quarantini. Cormosa. Ooh, Jill, Cormosa.
Aaron said if Blake can go live every day, it will make the month go by so much faster.
Maybe I should. Maybe I can get my watch time
This
up.
should just be your new gig on your channel. Just go live every day. Have a quarantini. Be like, today is
Cormosa.
Cormosa day 7. Hi everyone. This is Posh Boss Blake.
Tori, go get some Prosecco or something. Get varying flavors of whatever you decide. And bottoms up, hun.
We actually have the wine cooler full of wine. It's $2 chuck from Trader Joe's, but
there you go. What could we mix that with?
I don't want to mix that with anything. We got plenty of spirits to mix.
Ooh, I know. I've got an idea for the next one. Could be, you know how people will put like vodka soaked gummy bears? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Instead of that, you take gummy vitamins, vodka soaked gummy vitamins instead of the gummy bears.
Wait, Jill, I love that you used the $75 bottle of champagne for it. Listen, special occasion. It's not my birthday, but it's Cormosa moment.
I see a sponsorship in your future.
Listen, orange is my favorite color. It's a great fit.
Yeah. I think somebody still needs to do a really good grocery store haul video. Instead of a reseller clothing haul video, a grocery store. Like, show us all the Lysol wipes you got, all of the different types of toilet paper.
I don't have that, but I did it for my food.
Different kinds of
I didn't want to add to the hysteria, you know.
You did what? Oh, you didn't want to add to it?
Well, you know what I did tell Tiff is, like, I know certain like 99-cent stores still have toilet paper, but it's not the best toilet paper. So that could just be like the pee paper.
Yeah.
Just the pee paper. And then
Yeah, that's smart.
For, you know, the other stuff.
Right. I just figured the Dollar Tree was out, like, because we have Dollar Tree up here. I didn't even bother because I just figured that place was probably wiped out. And I bought a bidet.
Oh
that might be what just arrived, actually.
Ooh.
Stop it. Can you go look? Can you go look?
I'm thinking it could be it. I'm thinking it's not, though, because I had looked at it like, whatever it was, Thursday night. It was listed for like $20 and I could have gotten it next day. Then I looked at it the next morning because all I did was like add to cart. The next day it had gone up to like 27 or 30. Still not a lot of money, right? That's fine. But the price jumped by 30%. And it was then back ordered till, like a week later.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I know. And then after I bought it, it was sold out.
Yeah, believe it.
So clearly I'm not the only person who thought toilet paper is not the only option.
No, I've told our other friends too, like, maybe US is going to slowly join the rest of the world that uses bidets.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's not uncommon. Liz, who's in the chat, Shop El Marnell, she has a bidet at her house. And I think, Liz, I must have bad talked it, which I don't remember. And so she called me out. She's like, "Oh, you're team bidet now." And I was like, "Yeah, when in Rome," literally and figuratively, I guess. So yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys here all night. I guess to plug. If you guys aren't subscribed to Tiffany and Hugo's channel, they are Sell Quick, Ship Quick on YouTube. They put out usually 2 videos a week.
Yeah.
They do usually a what's sold video every week, right? And then a haul video sometimes.
Yeah, and we want to add some more stuff, and we do sprinkle it in, but with the last hectic weeks that we've had, we at least wanted to keep our usual haul and
what's sold.
Yeah.
What's sold. And even with our what's sold, we've changed it up to just top solds.
Yeah, I noticed that. I watched your most recent one. They have a really good channel. You guys should check it out. I think people should check them out because they are, well, it's part of your Logan, part-time sellers, full-time hustlers, but it is true. They are part-time sellers. If you want to see what people are capable of doing, having, multiple jobs, but they have other jobs, what you can kind of do with part-time to make full-time income. It's a really good channel and you should go check it out. And then Blake.
Wait. And they're really knowledgeable about eBay.
Yeah, they are. And also Amazon as well. And Poshmark and Mercari and Tradesy and we're all 40,000 platforms that you sell on.
I like shipping challenges, so I like answering random people's like, I have this, I have no idea how to ship it, and now I think, oh, let's talk.
Yeah, if you want somebody to throw a million questions out, go message Tiffany and Hugo. Hugo's got all the time in the world for you. And then,
well, if we get a bidet, I have all the time in the world.
Oh my God.
That'll be your new office.
He's never gonna sit anywhere else.
Where else? I have a bidet.
Just a portable toilet. You're just gonna be on wheels all the time.
You still need toilet
paper across the whole house.
Oh my God. Okay, and then also if you guys aren't subscribed to Blake's channel, you should go do that as well. The channel is Posh Boss Blake. You can find him on Instagram, Poshmark, YouTube under Posh Boss Blake. Blake is putting out a video a week?
Ish. I mean, being part-time, I didn't necessarily have, my schedule didn't allow constant uploads or constant content. However, aside from my reselling, I do talk about my recent start to Weight Watchers, which is quite successful.
Yes, very exciting.
I'm going to start sprinkling those videos in and if you want to know part of that or know that portion of my life, Posh Boss Blake for that content. I put out my video of why I started Weight Watchers today, story time.
Yes, I need to watch that. And I know you just put up 2 videos recently on items that from ThredUp, stuff that ThredUp rejected, and then stuff that ThredUp took from like the shipment that you sent in. So I know that people are curious, and I get a lot of messages all the time, like, what do you send to ThredUp? Why do you send it to ThredUp? What doesn't ThredUp take? I recommend you go watch that video because he's clearly going to lay out for you everything that they did and did not take. I oftentimes don't think that there's a lot of rhyme or reason to what they do and don't take, but it can help you get an idea, especially because I imagine that you might talk about condition of some of the items.
Yes,
maybe?
and I will also once the Real, another consignment online place, once they're done finishing processing my recent submission, I will have a video of what they did or did not accept as well.
Fabulous. And I already went ahead and put both of their channel links in the description of this video, so you don't have to search. I made it super easy for everybody. So go do that. And then if you're not following them on Instagram as well, it's pretty easy. It's just these same usernames that they have here. So thank you guys for spending almost 2 hours of your Saturday evening. I know you have to go out and hit the clubs now.
Yes, because we're going to stand outside of them because they're closed.
And then you're not going to stand near each other because of social distancing. Right?
Yep.
Ooh, look at that big gulp you took.
6 feet away from me and my Coromosa.
I love the Coromosa. Okay, next time that we all get together virtually, let's all do a Coromosa together.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for being here to chat with me. We'll talk again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, I got to hit end.